I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we
What up? What up? What up? Welcome in. It's Pregaming. It's the Sports Money Network. I'm your boy, Mikey Money, and we are here to tackle the remainder of the sports betting card. We've got ourselves National Hockey League action, the Sabres versus La Habitants. The Knights and the Ducks out there in the West Coast. We've got nerfy action. We'll talk about both these NBA games, the Sixers and the Knicks, the T-Wolves and the Spurs. I might just share the winnable premium plays for you guys there. We got some player props. We got some sharp, respected betting. I should have gotten a drink before we started the show. So that's the way we're going to go here tonight, you guys. May the 8th, TGIFF. Appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate all the moms out there, you guys. It is Mother's Day weekend. If you didn't know, shit, you're probably too late to make any reservations. But get yourself a card. Show a little support to the moms out there for this big Mother's Day Sunday. Before we get to Mother's Day Sunday, we've got a huge Saturday, you guys. UFC 328. New Jersey, and the Sports Money Squad is going to be back to bring you guys UFC fighting victories here. We've got the winners lined up. I've got more time this week here with the being 1 week past the merger to get a card out there for you guys. So I know some of you guys were a little disappointed. We still found winners, but I do want to get you guys that card. So I will be working on that this evening, as well as updating the graphics for the weekend. We fired off a huge baseball card for today. We had 15 games on the docket, and your guy Shark and I went down the line. Interesting. Sides, totals, props, parlays. Boy, you name it. We just about hammered on all of it. So excited for the baseball card this evening. And what else? Man, what a week it's been. This is the first full week officially in the books with the new home of the Sports Money Network. How about you guys, man? Shout out to those that did watch the VB MMA Picks show. UFC 328 breakdown out there. Got almost 1,000 views on that thing already. So terrific. The live streams seem to be going well. Everybody seems to enjoy the live streams. We've got more announcements coming next week. I got to look at this soap that I use because, man, I am itching today. Woo! My back, my arms. Everything's been itching, man. Scratchy, itchy, and scratchy. Itch, scratch, scratch, scratch. It's not the Itchy and Scratchy show here, but that's just what's on my mind. Let's see what else has been on my mind here. Man, I'm living rent-free in a grown man's head. What a terrific start to the day I had today. I wish I'm not going to go into the details, but you guys would probably get a fucking real good chuckle out of it. I'm still laughing about it. I was laughing with Razor. I was laughing with Shark. Oh man. Good stuff. But look, we don't have to be here for a long time. We just have to be here for a good time. Ick, don't make me take your wrench away. This is called the Pregaming channel time frame here, my man. But it was fun. And if you got a chance to check it out, Ick, then you're privileged to see it. So good on you, man. But anyhow, listen, aside from living rent-free in a grown man's head, it has been a really good week here as we start this thing off. We have been kicking ass. We have been taking names. You guys have been doing a terrific job checking in, leaving your comments. We love the comments. We love everybody being a part of what's going on here as we continue to grow this thing, but we do need some help. We need you guys to smash that thumbs up button. If you haven't done so already, give it a hit, give it a check, give it a smash, give it a click, do whatever you want to it. Just make sure when you're done doing it, it's sit there with the thumbs up showing that you pressed it. Let's go. Buck Nasty Time Haters. Buck Nasty's Time Haters, the newest member to the Sports Money Network. We love seeing that, you guys. Thought we really did a terrific job here with the MLB card today, so make sure you check it out here. We did cash a parlay. 2 days ago, we cashed a parlay. So we're coming back at it today with a plus 529. I don't think we did a parlay yesterday. I think it was because it was the afternoon card. But I am fired up for baseball. It is the time to shine. I'll show you guys all how we get to victory row here with the MLB show. So if you're not checking that thing out, man, do not sleep on it. We put it out there at 12, so everybody gets a chance to see what we're up to. You get our thoughts, you get our opinions, you get our input on every single game that's out there. Shout out to Bruno in the house. Bruno Moira. Good evening, everyone. Peter Grassi is here. Get the squad checking in. Man, I am still itching. Truth Teller, Stop Geo Engineer. The Gallo, 98. Juan Velasco. I saw you guys all tuning in for this horse racing show today. All right. Blake M is here, so we can get started. It is time to get after it, you guys. We're going to kick this first thing off here. You know, I really thought about this game, the Sabres, and I said this earlier today too. Like, part of what you're going to find with this whole process is the series aren't changing, the teams aren't changing, so you're going to see a lot of the same kind of reads and analysis. Now, I was surprised in reflection of the last game. I was really surprised to see Buffalo take the lead that they did. I thought, you know what, they might start a little sluggish. Let's see how this young, inexperienced team can respond to the gap and the time off. And they did. Leon, I talked about their goalie situation, Lyon and Jukka-Pekka Luukkonen. What's going to happen here? Because it kind of seems like they found their one-trick pony to get after it. Now, Montreal needs to pick up some momentum. There's no doubt about that here. Buffalo, holy shit. It's 4 goals on 16 shots on goal. I'm going to tell you this. That is not a sustainable number. You cannot continue to advance and evolve in the playoffs under that route. And I am going to take the bounce back spot here for the Montreal Canadiens. It's coin flippy. I've always said to Shark, we talk about these coin flips. If we can just find that edge, just that little bit of push that gets us one direction or the other, that creates a win for us, then that's how you become profitable in the long haul for this thing, right? You break the card into thirds. A third you're never going to win. A third you are going to win. And a third is in the middle. If you focus in on that middle, it's the difference between being a winning capping and a losing capping and capper. And the Dogs have a tendency to fire in game number 2. Don't hate the hater. I'm just telling you guys what's up here in this situation. And if you think about maybe the psychology of what goes behind that, think about it. The home team's got all the pressure in game 1. They're out there to try to set the pace, set the tone, establish their dominance. And then I'm not saying they take their foot off the gas after that. But I do know a bounce back situation is in effect. And so, frankly, when you get good teams out there, they do that as well. When the team's got a winning streak that's, 4 games or less. So this does not apply to the Philadelphia Flyers because they are clearly in rollover territory for this Carolina Hurricane spot. But the Dog in the playoffs, if they're losing, do bounce back to a 42-16 clip over the last 10 years. Not only do I like Montreal, Les Habitants, I don't see any reason why both teams can't score. Now, it will be goaltending dependent for the Canadiens to pick up the win in this thing here, but I think their fans will travel well. If you want to look at the geography, it's about 5 hours-ish to get to Buffalo from Montreal, so it's not quite a Toronto situation, but Doby and Leon as the goaltenders, as the potential projected goaltenders in this matchup here. Let's not forget, the end of the season, Leon struggled a little bit there. And I'm not saying that he goes out and struggles again today, but we saw 4-2. You can get 5.5. So I like the over, and I like the Canadiens in this game. I don't know how, and I'm not saying it's a he's due factor. I don't know how sustainable it is for Leon to continue with a 1.3 goals against average. This dude's played for like 6 hockey teams: the Philadelphia Flyers, Detroit Red Wings. Boy, I had Tigers, Pistons. A lot of 3-1-3 bouncing through my head right there. He's played with the Penguins. He's played with, you name it. This guy's been literally all over this Northeast. And 1.3, I mean, if he could have done it, he would have done it. Now, maybe there's a reflection in there that says Buffalo's defense has been playing pretty well, but I like Lane Hudson. Look at some shots on goal for Lane Hudson. We talked about this in baseball. I gave you guys 2 player props today, but dude's averaging 1.5 shots a game, and they're giving you 1.5 shots for this guy at even money. So I just think ultimately for Buffalo, here's kind of a behind. It's tough because I'm talking about how Buffalo shot the fucking puck 16 times in the first game of the series. For one guy to go out there and do 18% of that seems like a tall order, but I suspect more shooting. I suspect this will be opened up. The first games tend to be tight anyhow. So I do like to see the puck flying around in this thing here. I think we see goals on both sides of things, but I do like a bounce back for the Montreal Canadiens. What do you guys think about that? Oh, it's right. They not like us, brother. You know that, my man. Blake M. Peter Gracia says, Mike, fix the itch with antihistamine in the vodka mix. I think I know what the problem was. There was 2 bars of soap. Believe it or not, I don't need like the high end bar that cost $18 a pop. I just need like a little fucking zest. You're not fully clean unless you're zest fully clean. 9 Legacy, the paid in full parlay of the day is in. He likes the Phillies. He likes the Jays. He likes the Yankees. He likes the Mariners. He's got them all on the spread. He's got the best bet: the Canadiens, the Ducks, and the Minnesota Twins. Bruno's in on the 5.5. There you go. Bruno likes the 5.5 in that as well. I can tell I like Bruno. Move on over, my man. Check us out on the YouTube page if you guys haven't done so already. Lots of content going on, man. I even saw my guy Hick banging out there, man. He was jamming. Knights and Ducks game number 2 in this series. We got Carter Hart and Lucas Dostal. I guess a quick recap from that last game here. The series is tied at 1. Okay. Vegas explored and shared their dominance in the first game of the series. Much like the dog and we talked about in Montreal, they bounced back. Dostal and Ducks and company. Dostal had a great first game. They just couldn't score. They were at Vegas. Kind of feels a little bit like Montreal at Buffalo, doesn't it? They just couldn't score. And then they fired back last game and they kept it under. So I'm looking at this game here and I thought, I like the Knights to win the series. But you can't argue with the playmakers being productive on the Anaheim Ducks side of things here. And so the dog in game 3, if game 2 went under the number, happens to be 42-20. Not sure why that is. As long as the team didn't get shut out. I guess maybe they have a chance to fire back and stay competitive. I mean, I always talk about this. If it's like we talked about with the, what was the baseball game today? I was like, if it's going to stay under, which offense would you rather? Oh, it was the Cubs. Of course, it was the Cubs game against the Rangers. We know Texas Globe Life Stadium is an under stadium this year and last year in Major League Baseball. And we got the Cubs in a 10-0 straight up spot. if it's going to be an under and it's going to be like a 3-2 game, wouldn't you rather have a top 5 offense out there firing the ball around than not? So yeah, I guess I kind of get that. It's going to be lower scoring. Why not take a look for the plus money? I like the Ducks in this game. I think coming back home, this crowd's going to be fucking jacked. And you know what I like most about the last game is Dostal didn't get his shutout. Something happens when you give these goalies a shutout. You know, it kind of like, look at the Flyers goaltender. He got 2 shutouts. First goalie in the playoffs to have 2 shutouts this year. Later, he's been struggling, to say the least, against Carolina. Yesterday's game was disgusting. Turned it off after the second period. And he saved 40 of 43 shots that game. So, got to respect it through the first 2, rather. So, you know, the pucks are getting onto the net. Believe it or not, the underdog on the road against the division has an over trend going on right now. 5-0-1. I just don't think, you know, and I know each game kind of operates in their own silo, but if I had to pick the over between one of these 2 games, I would lean to the Montreal and Buffalo side, not the Vegas and Anaheim side. And there's really no, I just think that other game's going over. And I don't know if we see the zigzag. One game goes over, one game goes under. I know that at the end of the day, Carter Hart is going to be the wild card here. He's the variable. He's got a 2.44 goals against average and 8 starts for a 5-3 record. And this Vegas Golden Knights team comes in essentially at a pick 'em. I like Anaheim in this game. I know I just kind of gave you guys the compelling reason potentially for why I think this Vegas Golden Knights team finds a way to get the job done here. But, you know, I just think you're sleeping on this Ducks team right now. They got young guys that are firing the puck at a high rate. They've got veterans that are out there getting the job done. On top of that, their goaltender's hungry. And I think that little piece right there is enough to push it where Dostal's sitting there thinking they won the game. And your goalie's sitting there thinking, shit, I got to play better. And I think that's the motivation you want. Peter Grassi says, yep, soap allergies are very common. Likes the Red Sox over 8.5 in the under, 7.5 in the Yankees game. Redbeard says, Ix got him on a music kick. Says, go Ducks. It's not the Dizzy Donuts. Truth Teller in the house. He's got the Royals and Dodgers. 2.5 under for each team. I guess that's team totals. Truth Teller, that makes sense. Truth totals. Blah, 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 blah. Truth Teller team totals. Man, that's a tricky little one right there. Got me on that one, Truth Teller. As I'm looking at this card here for Major League Baseball, I'll tell you guys this. From a nerfy opportunity, it's juicy. So I parlayed these 2 together. I parlayed the Angels and the Phillies to come up with a 2-1 number. First of all, Lazardo's got an 80% no run rate in the first inning. Dollander, as I talked about on the show this afternoon, he's an under pitcher. On the road, he's 11-0 to the under as a dog. And the Rockies have gone, and think about this, for a team that comes out of Coors, especially with the Mets where they were looking like overs, 5 for 5 on the no-run first inning streak. So, yeah, it's juiced. Minus 150. Colorado. No-run first inning. And then I parlayed it with the Angels. Cease, 82.5% no-run first inning rate. Detmers, a little less than be desired here at 75%. But Toronto's at a 5 for 5 nerfy run as well. So I like both of those plays, and that came up with a 2-1 dollar figure. So Toronto and Colorado parlayed. And if you want to go with a straight one, just one straight bet. Boy, that's hard to say just one. I like Boston. Boston got me yesterday. Boston got me in the old short hairs yesterday. So I can't go back to that one. There's just too many games to want to go back to it here. I looked at Baltimore and the Athletics. Athletics are on a 5. So all the runs that the Athletics have been scoring, they've gone 5 straight no-run first innings. Lopez, Bradish, people are expecting Bradish to get touched up today, and he might, but I think he can slide through. It's an even money play for the Athletics in Baltimore, no run first inning. So I like that spot as well. And then, fuck it. You want to talk a Yurfee too? I'll give you guys a Yurfee too. One yes run first inning, just so I'm spreading it equally across the board for everybody, and we can all sweat these together tonight with the fellas on the live show. I'll tell you, this one's a house divided. I'm going to tell you this. The pressure, the sharp respected betting are cracking this under in the Houston and Cincinnati game. A bunch of my friends like the under in that Houston and Cincinnati game. I think that game ends up going over the number. I talked a little bit about the first 5 team total in that game. Specifically as a Burrows factor. You got Ellie De La Cruz in the top of the order. That's probably how this thing ends. Great American Ballpark's got one of the highest ratings for home runs today across the board with Ballpark Pal. So the yes run first inning for Houston and Cincinnati. Let's not forget, Houston's offense, top 3 in terms of run production. So that with this fact that the Cincinnati Reds, I said this to Shark the other day. I think he gets mad when I take Andy Abbott. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't get mad. But just like, man, it's so weird when you talk about some of these teams because you take a team like Cincinnati and while they don't have tons of, BABIP and ISO factors that you want to see, like the strength isn't there when they get connection with the ball, but they get runs. And so you can't argue with that. I'll give you guys the yes run first inning. So there you go. Huh? I try to be cognizant of the cost, right? I want to give you guys a 2-to-1 dog, or I guess like two-leg parlay to make it 2-to-1. I'll give you an even money spot with Atlanta and Baltimore. Let me see what these are priced at now. Let us see. I'm curious, you guys. Is this a where'd it go? I hate when I give out a play and then the game got canceled. And I'm like, fuck, I just spent all that time talking about it. Yeah, we're moving in the direction. FanDuel's got a no-run first inning for Baltimore at plus 104. And then Houston Cincy yes run first inning is priced at, I'll give you guys a little hint. I parlayed all these together too. I always do that though. I like to go, I do a couple different iterations. Like my dollar parlay. I got a bunch, when you look at my betting slips for the day, I got a bunch of dollars that equal a chance to win like $1 million. But they're just kind of fuck around and find out situations. One day I'll end up hitting the 87-cent max for $250,000, but hey, maybe it'll be tonight. And then I'll take Ick and the fellas down to Delaware on Monday. Ooh. What's going on here? Minus 108 for the yes run first inning in the Houston game. It's come down a little bit. Okay. That concludes our Nerfy Yurfy portion of the show. And if I catch the $250,000, Nick, hold me to it, my man. I'll pick you up in the RV and we'll go on down and see Razor Sharp and take a look at that trampoline he was talking about. See if there's any spots on there that shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Peter says, of course, like Leabs. Stop says, if you have FanDuel, use that Friday 50% Nerfy burn. Nice, dude. Definitely take advantage of the Nerfy Yurfy boost. We're slowing down a little bit, but it's only because I've opened it up a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I got looks on all the games. I'd like to share them with you guys. But those are the ones that I played. Those are the 4 officials that I played. Shout out, though. Stop Geo helping us out with the booster, letting you guys know. Here comes the booster. I know it got me in the mood to start singing too, man. Little Bobby McGee, Ick. The 76ers and the Knickerbockers. I think you're going to have people reading this game the same way, but different. What I mean by that is, wow, it just moved. Does that affect the cap? Nah. I think that people are going to read this thing and they're going to be like, man, this line's moved 13 points. Right? Isn't that the number that it moved? It was 10.5. Yeah, it was 10.5 when they announced fucko being out of the game, right? 10.5. They moved it. It went to 1.5s and 2s. It just did move back to 3, just so we're all on the same page. We're all on the up and up with this game. I think some people are going to look at that and say, well, the books are telling you that the Sixers win this game. Backs against the wall, down 2-0. Then I think there's going to be another group that tells you the books are overcorrecting with this line. And because of this line, you're getting a gift with the New York Knicks. Now, very rarely does the team needing a win correlate to anything I cap. Period. I'm not in a position to, I don't give a fuck. The only thing that I need is money in my fucking pocket. And, that being said, I'm not entirely confident that just because the Sixers need it, they go out there and get it. In fact, you know what comes next. History. And you know what don't fuck up? You know what likes to repeat itself? History. And you know what the history says? You take the Knicks in this game. The Sixers, if they lose by at least 5 the previous game and allowed less than 110, in other words, played a defensive game and still came out on the wrong side of this thing, they are 0-9. About to be 0-10. It's not just that they're losing. It's that they're losing in atrocious fashion. And on top of that, if you want to look at you want to talk about the corollary here, the parallel, whatever you want to call it. The last time it happened for the Sixers was against the Celtics. Celtics were getting 7. They got busted up by 30. So the Sixers did. So now, I am of the adage for this game that this line has moved way too fucking much. There's way too much respect and hard nips. Hard nips Henry. What is it, Cold Henry? Is Embiid playing tonight? If he is or isn't, I still got the Knicks. I'll tell you what. I think the line says he's going to play. That's why it's come down that many points. And it's the exact opposite of how I felt the last game. Because he wasn't playing, I was good taking him, and I thought they overinflated the line. He is playing. I'm assuming he is playing, and I just don't care. I just think, if anything, it sets him back. I think the team is better off without Embiid. I do. Oop, I froze up there for a second. Jeez. Ron, he's on the Knicks. Brunson and Towns, just too much. Let me see if I can get an official NBA report on this thing here. I better kick into gear. Feel a little lethargic. Yeah, looks like, Mitchell Robinson. Okay. Yeah, I just, man, I'm falling apart here, aren't I? Right in front of your guys' eyes. Holy shit. Might need Ick to tap in for me here. Man, is it a neurovirus? God, I hope not. I shouldn't even joke about that. Yeah, so that's the way I'm going to approach this game. I think it's a Knicks spot. All right. We got another game out there. We got the Timberwolves and the Spurs in this game here. Oh, man. You got the hantavirus? No, I don't. Did you see? I saw it was on Twitter the other day. It has to be true. The hantavirus X-Files X-Files episode. I watched X-Files when I was growing up. Surprised to probably nobody's chagrin, but they talked about the hantavirus. God, that fucking thing was back in like 1990. It's like 36 years ago, and the hantavirus came up. How about that? So we're going to look at this game here, you guys. The Minnesota Timberwolves and the San Antonio Spurs. And I told you guys before, I thought that where the Timberwolves are in trouble is at home. The benefit here is the books jacked this line. They almost doubled the line from the opening. 3.5 to now 5.5. It's a little too much, I think. 64% of the bets, 78% of the cash. Now, the Spurs thunderfucked these boys the other day. I mean, we were talking about the Spurs. We were taking the Spurs. Everyone was afraid because the Timberwolves popped them in the mouth the first game. It was a 2-point win. Now the Spurs go back home, or I'm sorry, the Timberwolves go back home. I mean, they did pick up back-to-back wins against the Portland Trailblazers there when it mattered, but I think we're in too many point land here. Look, home dog of more than 3 points in a revenge spot. The Timberwolves are a perfect 14-0. Perfect 14-0. I know, talking to my guy Shark earlier today, we were looking a little bit at some first quarter action here for the Timberwolves as well. So this might very well be a Timberwolves smash spot. It's going to be a tightly contested series. Probably see it go 6. This is probably the game that the Timberwolves win. They're 12-2, by the way, in those revenge spots as a home dog of more than 3 points. Straight up, 12-2. And you're catching a 5.5 right now. I mean, look, I think you could sprinkle that money line too, but I mean, you parlay, I bet you could parlay all 4 dogs. All right, let's think about this for a minute. I'm curious your guys' thoughts. Montreal Canadiens, Anaheim Ducks, Minnesota Timberwolves, New York Knicks. Which one of those dogs doesn't come through tonight? Or do they all come through? Let me see what it looks like if I throw a 50 spot on that. That has got to be the exact opposite of square, isn't it? When you're parlaying all 4 dogs together. Yeah, 50 will win you 1,300. I think that's worth a little gamble. I mean, that's what it is, really, at that point, is a gamble. But which one do I think would not come through for us? I mean, based on line movement now, I would say probably it's going to be one of these NBA plays that doesn't come through as a dog. Probably be the Timberwolves. Because it's moving from 4.5 to 5.5, and I just don't like them at home. But I like the points. I like a 5.5. Moving. 9:40 p.m. We'll see how that one shakes out. The fellas will be live tonight on the Sports Money Network doing what they do to entertain you. And that is cash a bunch of fucking tickets. So get ready and get set, boys. They are ready to go. It's going to be fun. I gave you guys a player. I'll give you one more player prop here in the NHL. He didn't get there the other day, but I talked so swimmingly of this guy, and their backs are against the wall. So Shea Theodore, they moved his blocks down. It's 2.5 blocks, and it's plus 185. Okay. Still getting a shit ton of ice time. And they need it. I told you guys he was out there. He's got more blocks than anybody in the postseason, and he came off of missing it last game. So you get the benefit of that number going from around plus 145 last game to plus 185 this game. Almost 2-1 your money in terms of Shea Theodore block shots. He only had 1 last game. And the dude's been averaging 5 like all postseason. So I think it's a good opportunity to take advantage of Shea Theodore. True teller. He's got something to say. Dude, I hope I don't have the hantavirus. That would suck. High probability of dying, it looks like, too. That would really suck. Somebody told me, you're going to be dead in 5 years. And I said, It's more likelihood of chance you're going to be sucking a dick in 5 years. But anyhow, Stop Geoengineering says, hell or a football slate tomorrow. Hell of a football slate tomorrow. The Soccer Whisperer coming back out. Yeah, dude. I'll have some soccer plays for tomorrow. I'll give you guys one right now. Arsenal to win the Champions League. I got my ticket in. I think they go out there and smash. Yeah, I'll take a look. I'll have some time tonight to shimmy around and figure it out. So I will. I made 2 tennis plays. They were just too late to give them to anybody. They cashed today, so I'm feeling good there. We'll see about some soccer. We'll see about some UFC. True Teller says also parlayed with tennis, but it already cleared. Okay. Already parlayed it with tennis. Yeah, I got you. True Teller says he bet $250 on both the Dodgers and Kansas City, each parlayed with heavy tennis legs that cleared. Basically just took the money lines to even. I like that. Thanks, Redbeard. Hope I don't have the hantavirus. That would suck. Shout out to Nicholas Handy. Doing a great job, my man. Keep it up, fellas. That's it for props. That's sides. That's totals. That's nerfies. That's yerfies. The last order of business that we have is the Sharp Respected Betting Report. Hopefully you guys were able to capitalize on some of those spots I gave you the other day. Ooh. Woof. All right, so yesterday they were giving out interesting that I haven't received it yet today. The Anaheim Ducks. Yesterday for today. They're buying them early, buying them often. Kind of makes sense now, too, because it went from, even money to minus 108s. They've got the Colorado Avalanche for tomorrow. They've got the over in the Montreal and Buffalo game as well tonight. So, hey, Ducks in the over tonight for the Buffalo game. Ducks outright, Buffalo, and then Colorado for tomorrow. Nice price tag for Colorado, minus 125. It's moving. It's moving. NBA-wise. NBA. They bought the Sixers. Wow. And they bought the over. Sixers in the over. They had the Thunder last night, cashed. They had the Pistons last night, cashed, right? Bang, bang. That's the NBA Sharp Respected Betting Report. Of course, you guys are probably sitting there going, what's he talking about here? The Sharp Respected Betting Report is a tool that I received from a roll-up report of house bettors in Las Vegas. These are the guys that have the bigger bankrolls, that make bigger bets, that move the lines, that the house bettors consideration are when these guys come to the window, they will potentially move the line. A lot of times, some house bettors too might be guys that have $1 million craps limit. And it's $1 million limit at the Aria. And so, or $1 million marker. And so they'll play some craps and they might throw 200,000 on 76ers minus 1.5 because they're sitting there playing craps anyways with $750,000. They might as well toss $100K out there and see if they win. That's the way it works for Sharp Respected Betting Land. Major League Baseball is probably the biggest news here today, and it's pretty light, all things considered. There's that Houston-Cincinnati under 9. That's going to be an interesting one to sometimes, you go through the whole day and it's like you hear everyone's telling you to play the under, and I capped it to the over, and I saw the big over trend, and then I like the Cincinnati first 5 team total over, and it's like, how invested in this game do I need to get? Sidewise, they like the Arizona Diamondbacks at plus 110 over the New York Metropolitans. The Diamondbacks over the Mets, you guys. That is your Sharp Respected Betting Report this evening. And that's the way we're going to put a bow on the show, you guys. 1 full week down. Friday was our first official launch last week. We are at Friday. It has been 1 full week at the Sports Money Network, and you guys have been really, really responsive and supportive. So that means an absolute ton to me. I know I speak for the boys when they say that you guys showing up, showing out, hitting the like, giving us the comments, just being real positive and creating positive vibes in this community are what we're all about. My man Nick Snizzle said it. I second it. And I know it goes down the ranks with everybody else. So appreciate everybody doing what they do. Now go out there and get that cash. Enjoy your Mother's Day weekend. Mitchell Robinson is available today despite the illness floating around out there, you guys. Trends and angles, sides and totals, props and parlays. We did it all here today, and it wouldn't have been a show without you guys. So if you're catching us on the replay, thank you for watching the replay. Do me a favor. Smash that thumbs up button and comment. Share your best bet. You weren't here to do it live on the show. Take some time to tell us how you're going to get that dough. OG Anunoby is out tonight for the New York Knicks. Appreciate you, Ron. He says, this channel rocks. Appreciate that, man. I love the positive vibes, you guys. That's why we come back and do what we do. And again, on behalf of the squad, on behalf of Razor Sharp, Ramon, behalf of Ick, behalf of Dylon, Nicholas, Handy, MMA, Jeff, Sharky, Waters, Nation. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Be safe. Be smart. And we'll be back to do it again Monday. Pregaming. 5 p.m.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.